Greetings, YouTube. So today I just wanted to briefly discuss and kind of talk about what's been going on in the G.I. Joe landscape over the past week. In case you've been, living under a rock or not paying attention, Super 7 finally revealed their G.I. Joe figures. They're gonna have two different lines of them. They got the reaction figures, which are 4-inch smaller figures with very limited articulation. And then they're gonna have their ultimates, which are the higher end, bigger, more articulation, but still not like a highly articulated figure like a classified. So the reaction figures, we can just skip over that because I'm completely not interested in those. Those are not for me. Those are not something that I can use, not something that I want, and not something I'm going to get. I'm moving towards smaller figures for world building and such, but they got to be able to move more than 5 points of articulation. That's ridiculous. So, no way. Moving on. The Ultimates, interesting. To be perfectly honest, if I had have talked about G.I. Joe before Classified came out, and somebody would have asked me what was I looking for in a larger G.I. Joe figure, I would probably have said, yeah, I want him to look like the cartoon. I'm pretty sure I would have said that. However, once Classified actually came out, and I saw the updated looks and the more realistic faces and proportions and things like that, I fell in love with it, and I'm not as, attached to the specific exact cartoon look anymore. I like how Classified looks. I like that it's updated but still kind of leaning towards the classic look. And points of articulation are important to me. My figures need to be able to move, they need to be able to pose, they need to be able to do the things that I need them to do for what I like to do with my action figures. So the Super 7 Ultimates, I'm not going to sit up here and say that they don't look good. They do. They look very good. They're very accurate to the cartoon. They're very stylized towards that kind of look. And they knock the look out of the park. I had no problems with how they look. I really don't even have a problem with them, period. They're not something that I think I want anymore. Number one, they're too big. I'm not really a 7-inch collector anyway. And, with a 7-inch G.I. Joe line, you're surely not going to get any vehicles for that line. I mean, if you are, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. When they did vehicles for their Thundercat line, well, the vehicle, that Thunder Tank was like $500. I know it was over $400. So it's not something that you're going to be able to do. It's not sustainable. It's not going to get you more than 1 or 2 vehicles if you're lucky. Now, the flip side of that, you could say is, well, Classified's only giving us 1 or 2 vehicles too, and that's true. There's hope that there'll be more, but that is true, and the only vehicles that they've given us are motorcycles. So that is a valid point. To end, I guess I would say, look, I'm not mad about the Super 7 releases. In fact, I'm glad that G.I. Joe is so popular right now. If everything sells well, then we should continue to get more better offerings and more stuff. At that size and at that price point of $55, lots of luck building an army of bats when they're $55 a piece. $55 for a 7-inch figure that isn't very articulated, or at least not highly articulated, for a line that relies on world building or vehicles, just doesn't make sense to me. It's not something I really want to do. But again, I'm glad that they're out. I'm glad that other people, some of the, kind of just pose it and forget about it or leave it on the shelf display collectors are going to be happy to get those, and that's fine. That's great. Like I said, it's always good if the property is healthy and relevant and people are talking about it and there's money being put into it. that means that it will keep going here in the foreseeable future. So that's about it. Just wanted to talk about it real quick. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later.